My first guest tonight is an American treasure.
America's sweetheart.
She has received 20 Emmy nominations and won 7 Emmys.
You know her from classics like The Mary Tyler Moore Show and The Golden Girls.
She has won 2 American Comedy Awards, and the Screen Actors Guild and Television Critics Association have recognized her with Life Achievement Awards.
The lovely, the legendary,
the one, the only, the great.
It's the lovely, the talented, the incredible Betty White.
I'm 90 years old. I like to stand, I like to bend, and I like to sit.
I know that a lot of people really find Betty White inspiring.
She has been wowing us on TV and the big screen for 7 decades.
She's been in a dozen movies, worked as a special guest on every single television show that has ever aired.
Mom, I'm having a really hard time here. Did it hit you this hard too?
Did what, dear?
Menopause.
Oh, I never had it.
This woman has acted and produced and helped write her first sitcom in the 1950s. She starred in 4 different television shows called The Betty White Show.
We now present with all our might, Betty White.
You were on TV very early in Los Angeles, weren't you?
Yes, 5.5 hours a day, 6 days a week. No script, no nothing.
5.5 hours a day, 6 days.
6 days a week. The most we ever did in one day was 54 commercials.
You were declared the honorary mayor of Hollywood. In the 1950s and 60s and 70s, you were called the first lady of game shows.
It's a dog prodder is what it is, and you just prod the other dog away. It doesn't hurt him at all, but it gives him such a shock.
I love games. I've always loved games. So game shows were just sort of a natural. And one day a show came along called Password, and it was hosted by a fellow called Alan Ludden.
The password is absurd.
Ridiculous.
stupid. That's my wife, sir.
And Bob Stewart, who conceived all these shows, I treasure, he said the first time I did Password, Alan Ludden came back into the office afterwards and said, I'm going to marry that woman.
Did he?
Yeah.
You can't watch a game show without participating.
Keeps the mind active, which is very important.
And you meet a lot of husbands out there.
How do you feel about television now versus television when you started?
You know, when I started, you couldn't say things like bitch. And now it seems that's all those bitches say.
She has got the bawdiest, raunchiest sense of humor.
You're going to try to get me not to air that tape tonight, aren't you?
Well, you know, I was hoping that you'd see it.
You're thinking of coming on to me. Forget it. It won't work.
Well, I wasn't going to do that.
Okay, it might work.
Hey, look alive. We need Glee Club members.
Great. I'm just working on some sweet new dance moves with my new dance coach.
Come on, do the hippity hop. Hippity hop. Double down. Let's get that going. All right, now back that mother up. Oh, I like that. I like that. I like that.
How about our sexual chemistry in that opening number?
How about our sexual chemistry back in that quick change room? I'm ready for Robert Redford whenever he is. What did you have in mind, Larry?
Not a thing that doesn't sound dirty when we talk.
Why do you think wrinkles and randiness have been such a great combination for you?
I think the randiness is always done with a sense of humor.
Now, be honest. Does it make me look a little easy, a little cheap?
Well, a little, yes.
Oh, good.
Well, when you did the Mary Tyler Moore Show, I remember that was considered kind of a risque show back in the day.
Good morning, newsmongers.
Hello.
They needed a sickeningly sweet neighborhood nymphomaniac.
I'll show them. Sue Ann Nivens doesn't give in without a fight.
That's not what the cab drivers tell me.
Lou, you know what that is?
Mistletoe.
Actually, it's asparagus fern, but what the hell?
Bringing her in to play Sue Ann gave a whole new dynamic to the WJM newsroom. And not just the newsroom. I mean, she was so successful playing that character, she became an integral part of the entire show.
1985 is another landmark year in television because it marks the birth of a series called The Golden Girls.
The mind is a powerful thing.
Think of the 99% you don't use.
She is not dumb. She is so innocent. She's totally naive. She's terminally naive.
My husband passed just last summer.
Oh.
Past what?
Are you at all surprised that you are suddenly very hot again?
It's been a bit of a whirlwind the last couple of years.
Your career is booming. It's on fire.
What's been going on?
I've been working.
Our new sitcom is TV Land's Hot in Cleveland.
I thought that you weren't coming.
Well, I ran out of vodka. And I thought I'd come over here and freshen up my drunk.
You better watch, because Betty White will know if you don't.
Last time you were on the show, we played a great game. We played a game called Beer Pong.
The password is Martini.
Olive.
Martini.
You got Entertainer of the Year by Associated Press, Barbara Walters' 10 Most Fascinating People.
Betty, you make me feel bad about myself. You make me feel like a slacker.
She keeps going and going. She's like the Energizer Bunny.
You work hard. You're in every movie.
Well, I'm such a whore, I can't say no.
That bitch has taken all my work. I don't know that if there's anyone who is more loved than you. Do you know that?
Everybody in the world loves this lady.
You will not find any one person on this planet who doesn't love you.
She's the most amazing person I've ever met in my whole life.
There's some kind of a high that's going on right now that I don't know, and it'll go away any minute, but I just can't believe what's happening.
People love her. Animals love her.
I saw you in some pictures with Coco the gorilla.
Yesterday, she was made an honorary forest ranger.
Growing up, that's what I wanted to be, was a forest ranger, but back then, girls couldn't be forest rangers.
What do you like to do in your free time?
Play with animals, mostly, and vodka's kind of a hobby, and...
One of my favorite things commercials I've ever seen in my life is your Snickers commercial.
Mike, come on! Mike, what is your deal, man?
Come on, man. You've been riding me all day.
Mike, you're playing like Betty White out there.
That's not what your girlfriend said.
Baby!
Use Snickers. Better?
Saturday Night Live was hilarious.
I have so many people to thank for being here, but I really have to thank Facebook.
How many people? 500,000 people?
500,000 people. Needless to say, we didn't have Facebook when I was growing up. We had phone books, but you wouldn't waste an afternoon on it. But if there's one thing I'm known for, it's my muffin.
Hey, everybody, look what I wrestled up.
Young woman, you get that fish out of my parlor. What has gotten into you?
She's a lesbian.
Hello, ma'am. I am a census taker with the U.S. Census Bureau.
Oh, terrific. Good for you. Bye. Everybody was so supportive and so that you forgot to be scared.
Betty is the greatest living example of somebody who is going to keep going and live fully until she's done.
I'm sure everybody's saying, why doesn't she quit? Aren't you going to retire someday? But when you're having this much fun, what's to walk away from?